Hey everyone, welcome back to Brace Yourself, the Raw and Unfiltered podcast. I'm your host, Ariel Marie, and today we're diving deep into the art of creative problem solving and looking at things in different perspectives, looking at life in a different lens, looking at challenges and obstacles in a different perspective. I want you to leave this episode having a different perspective on life, on the world. Let's explore how innovative thinking can help us navigate life's challenges with confidence. Now, before we get deep into the nitty gritty, I do just want to talk about my own personal experiences and how changing my perspective on things has changed my life for the better. Before, the mindset that I used to have is way different than the mindset that I have right now. And I'm just so grateful for the growth that I have experienced. I have so much more grace for others than I've ever did before. I value the people and the things that matter most to me way more than I did before. I've always been a people's person, and I love people. I love to help and everything. So that's never been an issue with me when it comes to problem solving and challenges. But actually going to India this year, third world country, and seeing how they live over there and how grateful they are for the smallest things and the things that we don't even think of, that we take for granted, is the things that they care about and want the most, and that they cherish the most. And going over there and seeing them just have less than, like, it changed my perspective on life so much. Like, I came back like America is so entitled, and the people here, ugh, we are babies, we are entitled, and we just take, you know. And I'm like, I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to be entitled. I don't want to take things for granted, especially the finer things in life, not materialistic things. I'm talking about time with family and friends, water, vacations, like stuff that create wonderful experiences and memories, things that you can actually live on with and take with you. But just going to another country and seeing how it is over there, I'm so grateful. So grateful because, yeah, we see homeless people here on the streets and everything, but it is so different over there, y'all. Like, I can't even explain it. It is so different, so different. What we complain and cry about over here, you would never hear them complain or cry about over there. They have more shit to worry about over there, like clean running water and a house with lights and stuff. Like, we have a few water problems here, but a whole country having issues with clean running water, just clean water, period. Like, trash, waste problems. Yeah, seriously, changed my whole perspective. It humbled me so much. It humbled me in a positive and good way. And I just came back with such a different mindset. And I want to be able to share how to change your mindset for creative problem solving as well. We all encounter times where stress feels overwhelming, usually because we lack the tools to tackle problems effectively. Creative problem solving is about shifting your mindset to explore unconventional solutions. Creative problem solving enables us to see situations through fresh eyes, using techniques like divergent thinking to brainstorm multiple ideas and pathways. Design thinking emphasizes understanding the root of a problem and exploring it from various angles, fostering an environment where innovation thrives. Excuse me. Excuse me. Here are three practical applications of creative problem solving. One, mind mapping. Picture this. You're stuck on a project at work with no clear path forward. You don't know where to go, what to do. You don't know your next step. You're stuck. You're at a loss for words. You just don't know. How about grabbing a pen and paper and start mind mapping? Visualize every component of the issue and brainstorm outwards, creating a web of ideas. This process often reveals connections you haven't considered before. I know y'all remember being in school and having to write out a web, a brainstorming web, a mind map. I know y'all remember that, whether it was in social studies and English, whatever subject it was. Those teachers had us writing out maps so we could find solutions to our problems faster than what we were, or figure out how we were going to map out our paper, and what we were going to talk about. If you need to do that, do it. It doesn't matter that it's a life situation. If you need to sit and write it down on a piece of paper to figure it out, do that. We used to solve problems on pieces of paper in school all the time growing up. It is not a crime. It is not weird. It is not lame. Whatever you got in your head around it, no. If you need to write it down on a piece of paper for you to solve a problem the right way and correctly, do that. It's okay. Number two is reverse thinking. Let's say you're planning an event with little inspiration. Instead of focusing on what to include, think about what you wouldn't do under any circumstances. This technique often sheds light on what you actually want by elimination. By focusing on what you wouldn't do, you're eliminating out those options and factors that you know you do not want. And it helps you to better plan things because the options are limited. Last but not least is role storming. It's a mix of brainstorming and role playing. If you get it, role storming. And this one is the most effective, creative, and practical way that you can go about problem solving. Imagine facing a personal conflict with a friend or family member. Instead of approaching it with your usual mindset, envision yourself as a mediator or even someone neutral. This shift can provide insights on how to handle the situation effectively. Now, this kind of goes into put yourself in the other person's shoes. Yes. And that also helps too, putting yourself in the other person's shoes, looking at the problem from someone else's perspective, from the other person's perspective. Yes. This in hand, though, goes into you're not looking from the other person's perspective. You're actually looking from it from a mediator, someone neutral perspective. So you're taking in what that person has said. You're taking in what you on that part has said and how you feel. So you're being the mediator. You're looking at it from a neutral point, a non-biased point, a non-biased perspective. Start looking at problems like that, and I promise your conflicts will decrease. They will. Because you have to understand and you have to have grace with people. Because that's our issue. We just, again, we're entitled and we think people are supposed to act a certain way and do things a certain way. And when they don't, that's when conflicts arise and everything else. But you have to understand everyone is different. Everyone is their own person. You have to put yourself in their shoes. Look at it from their perspective because you don't know what's going on inside their brain. Everyone's brain is wired differently and we all operate on a different level. This shift can provide insights on how to handle the situation effectively. These strategies help transform what feels like insurmountable stress into manageable challenges, empowering you to turn anxiety into actionable steps. Creative problem solving isn't just about finding solutions. It's about building resilience and confidence in your ability to handle what life throws your way. When we develop innovative thinking, we often we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. By embracing creativity, we also foster an environment where failure becomes a learning opportunity rather than a setback. Did you guys hear what I said? Failure becomes a learning opportunity rather than a setback. Stop looking at failure as a bad thing. Stop looking at failure as a negative. Failure does not have to be a negative. It is literally, like they said, a learning opportunity rather than a setback. It's just a stepping stone. It's just getting you closer to your goal. Don't fail and then just quit. No, you keep going. You keep going because you're going to get better every time. Each attempt adds to our toolkit, preparing us for future challenges. Last week's episode focused on mental health, emphasizing the importance of self-care. Now, coincidentally, guys, I went to the Easter market over the weekend on Saturdays. That's been like a childhood tradition for me anyways. I used to always go with my grandma and grandpa. We would always go to the Easter market. fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, meat, you name it, the whole 9 yards. I love the Eastern Market. It's it's nostalgia to me every time I go and I drive past it and I see it because it has so many beautiful memories in there as a child and I just love it. But going through the Eastern Market on Saturday, uh, I seen this hot chocolate stand and y'all know I don't drink coffee. I drink tea and I like hot chocolate. I might have some lattes or cappuccinos, and I know like everybody, oh, that's still coffee. It's just sweet. And listen, I don't drink coffee. I would rather drink tea or hot chocolate. Don't yuck my yum, okay? But I found this hot chocolate stand, and so I went up there. But the thing that intrigued me, what also caught my eye at the hot chocolate stand was that the people there were promoting mental health awareness. And they were trying to get people involved and they had stickers and they had little pamphlets. They had a donation bin to donate to mental health awareness, suicide prevention, the whole 9 yards. And I'm just like, wow, isn't that a coincidence? Because I literally just did an episode on mental health and all of that. So I went and got my hot chocolate, and you know me, and then too, boom, they was black, black on, and I love that. But we started talking, and I was talking to him because he started, trying to promote and talk to me about mental health awareness and everything. And I'm just like, you know what? I just did a podcast on Friday about mental health awareness and how we need therapy and everything else. And we just chatted it up and talked. I ended up telling him, to follow Brace Yourself podcast and got it out there. So it's just lovely. Like, I know the universe shows me signs every time that I'm on the right track and I'm doing what I need to be doing. Because it's just such a coincidence that right after I did this mental health episode, then the next day I'm talking to someone about it face to face, like a whole stranger that didn't even know Brace Yourself even existed. A topic that both of us wanted to talk about right now because it's important, especially in the day and time that we are dealing with right now. So important. So important. And I just love that. It was everything to me. It made me happy. So as you move forward, let creativity be your ally. It's about using your unique perspective to conquer obstacles. Thank you all for tuning in today. Remember, creativity is your natural resource. Tap into it and see where it takes you. We'll have a quote. Creativity is seeing what others see and thinking what no one else ever thought. Creativity is seeing what others see and thinking what no one else ever thought. By Albert Einstein. Until next time, stay safe, stay warm, and let creativity lead the way. Talk to you guys later this week.